Welcome to our lecture online. Now let's take a closer look at what we mean by a normal stress inside material. Let's assume we have a beam. Let's say the beam is under tension, which means on either end of the beam, forces are applied normal to the surface, pulling away from the material along the z-axis. Now imagine that we make an imaginary cut and we pull the two pieces of the beam apart. What's going on inside the beam? And notice it depends upon which side or which cut you actually take a look at. If we look at the bottom cut and we take a small little area element called that dA, which is the product of dx times dy, then we can see there's a small amount of force dF pulling up on that, and so that would be going on inside the material. But then if we look at the bottom side of the top cut of that material, then notice again there will be a small little area element inside or on the surface of that bottom cut, or the bottom end of the cut there, and it'll have an area of dA, which is dx times dy, and there'll be a force pulling down on it, again looking at the bottom end of that cut. So if you take a look at what goes on inside material when there's normal forces applied to the beam, to this particular beam for example, we can imagine that at any point we see a force going up or a force going down depending upon which side of the cut we want to look at, but essentially the magnitude of these will be exactly the same, just in opposite directions. If we want to write an equation to that, notice that dF will then be defined as the normal stress at that particular location times the area element dA, as dA of course goes to 0, when in the limit as dA goes to 0. Then if we integrate both sides, we end up with the equation where the force is equal to the stress times the cross-sectional area, or if we solve that for the stress, in this case the tensile stress, which is a normal stress, will be equal to the ratio of the force divided by area. The force over the entire cut divided by the total area of that cross-sectional area. Now, sigma here, which is defined as the average normal stress. Now notice that the sigma was part of the integration over the entire cut. If sigma is a constant, if the material is completely homogeneous and isotropic, then of course sigma would be a constant. It would be the same everywhere, and it would simply be multiplying a constant times the integral of that cross-sectional area, which then represents the surface area of that cut. However, it could be that sigma is a function of x and y, that because of the material, there may be different strengths or different kind of properties to material throughout the cut. Then we have to take that into account, and then therefore sigma would be inside integral sign instead of being able to move it outside integral sign. So either sigma is a constant or sigma can be a function of x and y across the cut. F is the internal normal force. It would be the total force applied to the total area. So in other words, if we integrate the dFs all the way across the surface of the cut, we get the total force. Then we multiply that times the average stress, the average tensile stress in this case, or normal stress, times the entire area of the cut. And so A represents the cross-sectional area, and F represents the total internal normal force applied to the ends of this material, which then can be assumed to be anywhere inside the material as well. And again, the average normal stress, again, depends if it's a constant, that will be a single number, or it could be a function that changes in terms of positions x and y. And then if we integrate over that, we then get what we call the average normal stress within that material at a particular cut. And that is how it's done.